What up, this is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Come Away. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you would like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. This movie basically entertains the idea of what if Peter Pan and Alice from Alice in Wonderland were brother and sister? It's an interesting notion, and you gotta give screenwriter Marissa Kate Goodhill mad credit for this fusion of two beloved classic tales. So it may not be an original work per se, but it's a fresh spin on something that's familiar. And the great director Brenda Chapman does a marvelous job of staging some of this film's wondrous moments, which happen anytime Peter, Alice, and David let their imagination run wild. I also admire that the film doesn't make a big deal of the interracial relationship of the parents. Although a big star name like Angelina Jolie will always dwarf everybody around her, including David Oyelowo. But having said all that, I just find the tragedy and the character's constant suffering in Come Away to be a bit overbearing. Come Away desperately wants to be seen as this magical fairy tale that's grounded in humanity, but oftentimes it comes across as bleak and depressing and way too sentimental. Written by Marissa Kate Goodhill and directed by Brenda Chapman, Come Away is an imaginative origin story that fuses the most beloved characters in literature, Peter Pan and Alice in Wonderland. 8-year-old Alice and her mischievous brother Peter and their brilliant older sibling David playfully immerse themselves in their imagination one blissful summer in the English countryside. Encouraged by their parents, Jack and Rose, the kids make believe tea parties, sword fights, and pirate ship adventures come to an abrupt end when tragedy strikes. Peter, eager to prove himself a hero to his grief-stricken and financially struggling parents, journeys with Alice to London, where they try to sell a treasured heirloom to the sinister pawn shop owner known as CJ. Returning home, Alice seeks temporary refuge in a wondrous rabbit hole, while Peter permanently escapes reality by entering a magical realm as leader of the Lost Boys. The two lead actors who play Peter and Alice, Kira and Jordan, are an absolute delight. Their wonderment and energy and enthusiasm are so infectious you can't get enough of it. The cinematography has this vibrant feel to it as it dynamically follows Peter and Alice running gleefully through the woods or engaging in swashbuckling action. Hell, even many of the close-ups on the tea time look visually arresting. And Brenda is the right woman to helm this film, having been an animator for years and won Oscar for Pixar's Brave. So if any grown-ass person can tune into and understand young characters, it's Brenda Chapman. When Come Away weaves in and out of its peculiar mode, the transitions are seamless and they're always exciting. I think Angelina Jolie and David Oyelowo display a suitable chemistry for what the material requires of them. But as I implied earlier, those two are unfortunately reduced to just agony after agony after agony between Jack's gambling problem and Rose's barely keeping it together. Their misfortunes just seem cruel, as if it purposely is out to get them. The script doesn't leave much room for them to have any personal growth because the kids end up having to save them. Mind you, this is supposed to be a prequel. how the adventures come to be, if you will. But for every amusing, fantastical scene, Come Away has an equal amount of despair and hopelessness. And one can argue that the former does not do enough to outweigh the latter.